Good evening, my darling batlings. It's been far too long. I'm sorry for disappearing despite having a whole schedule set up for the weekend. I've just been, so fucking drained and haven't felt like doing anything. I haven't even been talking to my friends because I've been too, zonked out to do anything. But yeah, tonight we are returning to Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago with the oft-forgotten remake of Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes, which is actually my first introduction to Metal Gear back when it came out. I never played the original Metal Gear Solid until I was in college, same with Metal Gear Solid 2. I did get to play Metal Gear Solid 3 when I was in high school. But the Twin Snakes I rented from my local Blockbuster, and I was terrible at it because I was trying to play it like your typical shooter action game instead of the stealth game it is. Tonight, I have another guest with me, as you may see over there in the corner. Let me unmute him so he can introduce himself while I get the GameCube set up. There you go, you're unmuted now. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my lovely friend.
Hey guys, Kier here. Just got off work and was immediately called by Arikado. So for those that don't know, we've actually known each other for how many years now? Over 7, I think? I think 7 or 8. It's been a while. But if you ever are in a random call with us, you would just hear us talking about our love of Dot Hack, Mega Man, and Sonic.
That and Honka Donka Badonkas.
Oh, that's it. Don't forget the thighs don't lie.
Thick thighs save lives, but thigh highs are my demise.
Oh, tell me about it.
Mega Man Burger, thank you for subscribing.
That's what we're paid for. That's what it's all about.
Mega Man Burger just subscribed.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that notification's finally working properly. It's been busted for months now.
Dude,
but finally worked.
I love the woo!
But yeah, we've got Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes tonight, so let's switch over to the gaming screen. ¿Dónde está RetroTink? Hello? RetroTink. Why come no signal?
Have you tried moving the rabbit ears around? Oh god, I sound old.
Hope I get a new monitor. I should be able to get one by the end of the year. Either as a Christmas gift or by purchasing it myself at this rate. This is the problem I keep having with the RetroTink 5X. Or, rather, it's a problem I keep having with, this specific, HDMI switcher I'm using. There we go.
Yeah, that reminds me, I have an HDMI switcher that was on one of my, TVs, and it broke a TV.
Yeah, adjust a few settings first, because I had everything dialed up perfectly before, but now it's all fucky-wucky.
Oopsie whoopsie.
Oopsie whoopsie, you made a little fucky wucky, a little fucko boingo.
You know this reminds me of?
What?
Hello, Uwu! Get back in crazy town!
Oh yeah. That I fucking hell.
I should have stayed home for the new Call of Duty.
This is so not Cash Money.
Kingdom Hearts battle music intensifies.
Yeah. All right. I wish I could make this go faster, but I have to do it 1 pixel at a time. Thankfully, I've memorized the exact width it needs to be at.
Ooh, magical.
And this way you get to see the intro.
Oh my
Unlike
gosh.
the PS1 version, the PS1 version had a whole bunch of cuts in between the intro because they could only do the cutscenes like a certain length at a time.
Yeah, that was really popular with a lot of PS1 games.
The intro for the Twin Snakes here is entirely one unedited shot.
Ooh.
Thanks to more storage space and more powerful hardware. Now, the thing I have to wonder about the Twin Snakes is why it was a GameCube exclusive. Because to date, there have only been 4 Metal Gear games to come out on Nintendo platforms. The NES version of Metal Gear, the NES exclusive sequel to Metal Gear that is non-canon because of Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Snake's Revenge, this game, The Twin Snakes, and finally the 3DS version of Metal Gear Solid 3, which I still haven't played and don't really plan on, because there's no real reason to. It's just Metal Gear Solid 3, but with worse controls and a broken camo system because it allows you to use real-life photographs as camouflage patterns.
Okay, so that made me laugh right now because you know what came to mind?
What?
Waifu camouflage.
You can do that, and the reason it's broken, to my understanding, is that like the way camouflage works in Metal Gear Solid 3 is that it shows a percentage meter that shows how well blended into your surroundings you are, based on what camo you have, what position you're hiding in, whether you're standing, crouching, or laying down, all that kind of stuff. But in Metal Gear Solid 3, due to the fact that it has to process real-life photographs that could have all sorts of different colors and textures on them, and I forgot to pause the fucking music. I forgot to pause the stream opening music. Fuck. We're about to have a Devil Trigger playing over the whole stream.
Oh, it wasn't playing on my end. I do get it lower though, so that's a little. That might be my ears.
Terrorist activity.
I also have the music pretty low, just so it doesn't get muted in VODs.
And deadly sharpshooter.
Yeah, the way that the camo system works is like, due to the fact that it now has to process real-life photographs and it's not real good at that, you can get 100% camo index very easily, which means you're basically invisible.
In charge of them, Foxhound Squad Leader, Liquid Snake. Liquid Snake.
Like, in Metal Gear Solid 3 itself, there's only one camo in the game that gives you 100% camo index without using, like, cheats and stuff like that. And it only works in one specific area of the game. Whereas in the 3DS version, you can just take a picture of anything you want and get an instant, more or less invisibility without any kind of drawbacks.
I still want to see waifu camouflage.
You can do that. Also, part of the reason I'll be playing the, where's Gas Snake? That's actually Solidus Snake, from Metal Gear Solid 2. Kojima went on record saying that, the reason that he didn't call him Gas Snake is because Gas Snake is a terrible name for a villain. So he went with Solidus, which is, a scientific term for the transitionary stage between a solid and a liquid. Now, you may notice that all of the voice acting in the Twin Snakes is entirely re-recorded. They didn't just use the original sound files from the PS1 version. That's because, according to David Hayter, the voice of Snake, they recorded the Metal Gear Solid 1 PS1 version in some dude's apartment, and with the more advanced audio processor of the GameCube, you would have been able to hear traffic in the background.
Also, Mega Man Burger asks, where's Gas Snake?
Yeah, I already answered that.
My mind is not fully here. Does that mean you don't work?
Working. Now, the general shtick with the Twin Snakes is that it's a note-for-note recreation of Metal Gear Solid 1 with the graphics and gameplay additions that were added in Metal Gear Solid 2. So, it's got all the layouts, all the bosses, and everything that you would want from Metal Gear Solid 1, but it's got new cinematography courtesy of a brand new director. You'll notice it has a lot more dynamic camera angles and a lot more, like, Matrix-style over-the-top fight scenes.
I like over-the-top.
Yes, that's actually a very divisive point of the Twin Snakes, is whether it's too over-the-top in the cutscenes, but then I feel like that discourse died down after Metal Gear Rising came out.
Well, my whole argument is this. You're going to be fighting a giant robot with nukes.
Yes.
That's already over the top, so you might as well go ham with it, since you already went ham with it. Render out that fat nicely, right?
Yeah. Also, they redid all the music. Like, not the entire PS1 soundtrack is here. There's a lot of new compositions that replace original songs, but there's still some of the original soundtrack here. Mostly due to licensing issues with the original composer. And gameplay-wise, it adds mechanics that were staples of Metal Gear Solid 2, including first-person aiming and shooting, more advanced enemy AI,
loud and clear.
Tranquilizer weapons, so you have the option to do a non-lethal playthrough of this game, unlike the original Metal Gear Solid, where you had to kill people in not just boss fights, but in certain combat sections.
Non-lethal playthrough sounds hard.
Yes, it is.
When you want to use the codec, push the pause button, and then
And this is also one of the handful of GameCube games that comes on 2 discs.
When you hear that noise,
I didn't know that.
and then
Yeah.
A button to receive
The PS1 version also came on 2 discs, but the cutoff point is different in the Twin Snakes. In the PS1 version, you have to swap discs right before heading into the final area of the game, whereas in the Twin Snakes, you have to swap right when Snake gets captured by Sniper Wolf. There's also a few voice acting changes due to the re-recorded dialogue. Mei Ling and Naomi Hunter no longer have their cartoony accents because it would to fit better with where the direction that the series was going from that point onward. Like Naomi Hunter originally had a very posh British accent, even though she's supposed to be a Rhodesian immigrant who grew up in New York. And Mei Ling had a very stereotypical Chinese accent, even though she's supposed to have grown up in America her whole life.
Yeah, I remember. Remember, I started off... Well, people don't know, I started off playing with PS1 version of this, and I mainly watched my uncle play most of this before he had passed. So this game kind of has like a special sentimental thing for me, because I used to love watching him.
It also helps that Metal Gear Solid 1 is a fucking masterpiece of PS1 video games.
Oh, yes. it's genuinely like the whole Psycho Mantis. Like, he is legitimately probably my favorite boss.
Yeah, Psycho Mantis also has some new mechanics in Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. He has some new moves in his boss fight, and instead of reading your memory card for Konami games, he reads your memory card for first-party Nintendo games. Like Super Smash Brothers and
Super Mario Sunshine.
Yes.
That meme.
He also no longer has his Russian accent that he had in the PS1 version, which I feel is kind of a step down because he's supposed to be Russian. He worked for the KGB.
Yeah. But man, I think out of every video game, if I had to watch someone play, Metal Gear is probably my go-to.
Who's there?
Don't mind me. Just sneaking onto this elevator.
He's like, what's that? Doesn't even check behind a forklift. Like, that's the first thing you do as security. Look at the area and like use
The suit up sequence, you actually get like, holy shit, Snake has a face this time. So it looks like properly cinematic now. And they managed to make use of the fact they managed to make a better use of the more high detail models to better show the resemblance between Solid Snake and Liquid Snake. They share the same base model, but with different hair.
You can see it really the cheekbones.
Yeah, just like how when a little tidbit that I like that isn't immediately obvious in Metal Gear Solid 2 that I wish I had talked about during those streams is that Solidus Snake is actually the same base model as Solid Snake, just with different textures to make him look older.
Yeah, PS1 Snake did look nice.
PS1 Snake was the best model in that game. It's just like they basically had to make a choice between, do we want animated faces at the while sacrificing the rest of the body, or do we want realistic bodies with very minimalist faces? And they went with the latter.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
Dude, could you imagine this game on like PS5 and Xbox Series S? How do it look?
Take it easy. I'm great.
I mean, I've played it in an emulator upscaled to 4K before, so I know how it would look. With an HD remaster texture pack as well.
I see.
Okay, you're gonna have to help me out with that later on.
Texture packs for Dolphin are really easy to set up. The only problem is you need a beefy PC to run them properly.
Should have already picked them up.
Oh, my 580. I probably need to upgrade my 580 then.
You need to upgrade from that Pentium.
Colonel,
I'm not running a Pentium.
I'm joking.
I mean, I actually do that. I'm literally looking at a Pentium D right now, though.
Need to upgrade from that that compact 486 PC to run it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I would honestly love to have a old school style not monitor. Actually, yeah, monitor included, but an old school tower just so I can make a sleeper PC. Like, I would.
One last little tidbit I'm going to give about the Twin Snakes before we really delve into actually seeing the changes in it is
who's that?
they cut down on some of the backtracking that was previously required.
She was assigned to us as our visual and data
like in the section where you have to get the sniper rifle to fight Sniper Wolf the first time, they added a second sniper rifle that's closer to that area of the game, so you don't have to go back as far.
Speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII considered one of the best. Yeah, it's still, believe it or not, people.
I wouldn't call Final Fantasy VII one of the best looking PS1 games.
I would argue, out of the Final Fantasies, I would argue 9.
It's not even the best looking Final Fantasy game on PS1.
If you were to talk, okay, CGI in general, like character models, would go to 9.
It does, doesn't it?
If you want to talk about like the FMVs, I would give that to 8.
First, let me explain.
And I'm coming as a Final Fantasy 9 fanboy.
The black dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
A neat little bit of trivia about how they got all of the original cast back to reprise their roles, with the exception of Gray Fox being recast, as we'll delve into when he shows up, is Konami and Silicon Knights, the developer of this remake, originally wanted to replace everyone except for David Hayter, but he was adamant that a from-the-ground-up remake of Metal Gear Solid 1 needed to have all of its original voice cast. So he made a deal where he gave up half of his salary in order to get everyone else back.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't.
And yeah, those articles, I'd be like, the opinion stuff, yeah.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 1, if you look at, like, actual articles from the time it came out, was considered revolutionary for its era because, not just because it had more realistically proportioned models and good voice acting, but also because they had, like, unique animations for every single cutscene instead of just creating simple animation loops.
Yeah, if you want to say something that's like extremely positive about Final Fantasy VII OG, I would say it's probably one of the easiest ones to jump into.
I remember. First, I'm strip searching.
Definitely. I say that as someone that's just recently getting into Final Fantasy. 7 is the easiest to get into.
Yeah, I want to play that new threat mod, dude. It looks so hard.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor.
Thankfully, it's easy to set up the new threat mod if you know how to properly downgrade the Steam version to the original PC release.
My stomach acids.
I don't.
It's It's a very simple process. There's even a guide on Steam for how to do it that links to everything you'll need.
Yeah, I think I have it somewhere sitting on my PC, but yeah, dude, that's gonna be so hard because like every character feels completely different.
What about the air duct near the door?
But at the same, one of the things I like about Final Fantasy VII is that it doesn't really have like a proper like class system because of how materia works. You can create a party based on just the characters you like to use and turn them into more or less any class you want.
Yeah, the new threat mod balances everyone out a little bit, and I don't know if it still does it, but you can do a damage overflow with either Cloud, Bear, or Vincent back then.
I know in the PC version it was really, like, you could, one-shot kill, the Ruby weapon with Vincent.
Yeah, Emerald 2, which had actually less defense.
Now, I say the enemy AI is smarter in this game. They can actually hear you now. They have wider cones of vision. They can see you from upper floors. But at the same time, you have more options for getting around them. Like, you know those dreaded security cameras?
Yeah.
You can shoot them out now.
Ooh, nice. Hey, Mega Man Burger, let me ask you a quick question. Who is your favorite Batman villain?
I actually know the answer to this, because I talk to him every now and then in the Star Productions Discord server, and I get the feeling he's probably going to answer, let me guess, your next line is either Scarecrow or the Riddler.
What are you doing here?
I quit being a boot camp instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once
Because
in a while,
Scarecrow
I go
isn't
to
lame.
Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Yeah, I knew it, Scarecrow.
Situation here. I thought I
Nani?
Scarecrow, I will say, is underrated.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska.
For me personally, my favorite Batman villain would be Clayface.
Apart from the Joker, obviously, because everyone is the Joker.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Clayface. And
I like
then
the
Bane.
Joker before he became a symbol for people that are insecure about their own masculinity.
Dude, I've been a fan of Clayface and Bane since I was a kid.
Survival specialists, huh?
One little change very minute change they made to the Twin Snakes is that they rewrote the script to be a more faithful translation of the original Japanese script. Now, the PS1 version script was by no means unfaithful, but it had a few what people like to call Woolseyisms, where it's like they take something that's either very dry in the original Japanese or just doesn't translate well into English and come up with something entirely unique for the translation. It's called Woolseyisms because Ted Woolsey, who translated some of the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy games, was famous for doing that. Like, Kefka's now iconic characterization was entirely his invention, because in the original Japanese script, he's a very serious and boring villain.
So basically, you're telling me, because of his writing, we had the charismatic character in 15, Arton.
Yes.
They just wanted to copy it.
Yes, even though he hasn't worked with Square for a long time, I'm still going to say yes.
Yeah, going back to the list, you all laugh at this one. Someone said Final Fantasy 15 is considered the best. This is looking on a TikTok.
Final Fantasy 15 wasn't even the best when it came out. It released in an objectively incomplete state.
Yeah, I really do wish we could have gotten the full vision.
Yeah, but that's what happens when apparently, like, something that's come out in recent years about 15's development is that the whole change to what it became, you know, the point when they scrapped everything and remade
The Stella. Yeah.
That happened, like, less than 5 years before it came out. So it was a rush development to get what we eventually got. Like, the point where they took Nomura off the project, gave it a new director, and the new director was like, scrap everything and make something new. By the way, Johnny's not suffering from chronic diarrhea in this scene. In the remake, he's just pissing. Yeah, that was a very late development that they decided to scrap everything and start over again.
Yeah,
which explains so fucking much.
Yeah, like, half the game was, like, interesting.
Yeah. First half of the game is, it's you can tell as the game progresses where they started to run out of time, because the game stops being open world and becomes just a linear series of go here and do this.
Yeah. One thing I really do wish we could have had was exploring Insomnia, like the game trailer. Oh, that would have been amazing. What some people don't know is one of the weapons that was attacking Insomnia was based off of Diamond Weapon for Final Fantasy VII.
Nice.
Yeah, I do. When I saw that, I jumped out my chair.
By the way, in case anyone was wondering, I'm not going to show it off because it would take too long. But yes, they did keep the Meryl in her panties exercising Easter egg in the remake. And it's triggered the exact same way. They kept all the Easter eggs from the PS1 version and added some new ones. Also, in a bit of asset reuse, because there wasn't a very long development period for the Twin Snakes, Olga actually Meryl reuses Olga's character model from Metal Gear Solid 2, just with a different hairstyle and outfit.
Chief Donald Anderson.
Because that was basically one of the only three female character models they already had access to.
What's your outfit?
Makes sense. You have the base of it. It definitely cuts time in half.
Yeah, and obviously Snake's model here is a slight rework of his Metal Gear Solid 2 model. He doesn't have the mullet, but he still has the general layout of Metal Gear Solid 2 Snake, just with the Metal Gear Solid 1 hairstyle and sneaking suit.
I want some information about the terrorists.
And in a detail that they intended to add in the PS1 version, the tails of his headband actually flow in the wind as he moves.
Ooh.
They couldn't do that on the PS1 because it required too much processing power.
I'll be right back. Like I said before, I just gotta get the steak from my stepfather.
Okay.
Won't take too long.
Okay. Now we get to see... God, I almost called him Peter Stillman because he has the same voice actor, but Donald Anderson fucking nuked to death again.
Could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for the keeping of dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
That's the official story. Got it. We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A truly historical weapon.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
You mean Metal Gear?
Metal Gear? It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard that the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data.
Metal Gear mech is cool. Metal Gears in general tend to look awesome. Rex is my favorite Metal Gear design, but there's a lot of cool Metal Gear designs throughout this franchise. Ray looks cool, in a different way, obviously. The original Metal Gear is pretty intimidating looking, so is, I can't remember what the one from Metal Gear 2 is called. It's funnily enough not called Metal Gear 2. It's called Metal Gear D. That's what it was called. And then there's one of my personal favorites being Metal Gear Zeke from Peace Walker.
Hey, shut up in there, will ya?
Here's one of the more immediate over-the-top changes that they made. In the PS1 version, Snake hid from view by just standing off to the side, but here, if we give it a few seconds... My dude, how did you get up there?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL. Yes, of course. There is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker, the president of ArmsTech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But...
Let me adjust the limiter here a bit, because I think it's a bit too quiet.
They found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes. They'll be able to launch a nuke anytime.
There we go. That should be a little easier to hear.
There's a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by Arms Tech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes, you can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the card keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
This is one of the bits of streaming that I still haven't gotten down, is tinkering about with volume settings to make sure everything's nice and balanced.
They moved them into an area that has a lot of
It's
electronic
just
gadgets.
trial and error, mostly.
Yes. They cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
PAN card.
Area network, huh?
Mr. Anderson,
It
does that
transmits
mean
data
that this
using
card
salts in your body
is
to
attracted to
transmission
people
medium.
regardless of their
If you
gender
hook it to your
identity?
security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha.
Sorry, that was a lame joke, I know.
Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So, does the
Yeah, I deserve that.
terrorist demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon?
Oh no, here comes the mega nut, dude!
What is it?
Huh? What's that?
Hey, what happened?
You know what this calls for? Time to bring up the soundboard.
I'm a guy. Thank you, forever.
No wait, he's not dead yet. The timing was wrong. Here we go.
I'm a guy. Thank you, forever.
Damn, I just realized No Time to Die ripped off Metal Gear Solid. I haven't seen No Time to Die yet. I haven't seen any of the Bond movies past what was it? Skyfall. But I've heard that the series like really went downhill in the Daniel Craig era.
Naomi, the chief, what happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not, Snake.
You think you may have spoiled it? I mean, I don't even know what the plot of No Time to Die is, so that doesn't spoil anything for me.
Clearance to learn the real story.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, The Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Teabag on him? Okay, I'll teabag the corpse.
Don't move! So you killed the chief, you bastard! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking.
This game is obsessed with airplane sound effects. I don't know why they keep using like airplane whoosh sound effects for like transitions and panning shots, but it definitely sets up an aesthetic. I just don't know what aesthetic you would call it. Why are you shaking?
I'm no rookie.
You're not one of them.
Your palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Vomit on your sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
Be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think. Shoot.
All right, now here's where we get to see how broken the first-person aiming in the Twin Snakes is, because while this game recreates the locations of Metal Gear Solid 1, it doesn't adjust them or adjust the boss fights for the mechanics of Metal Gear Solid 2. So, like right here, if you're not a terrible shot like I am, you could just headshot everyone. And they'll have no way of, they'll have nothing that they can do to stop you. Colonel, how do I shoot again? For the last fucking time, Snake. You hold the Z button to enter first-person aiming, then press the A button to fire. Colonel, why do you sound like Grandpa Max from Ben 10?
Thanks for the
I
help.
can neither confirm nor deny that I have any kind of connection to that, Snake. Ah, yes, the staring at Meryl's ass shot, rendered in glorious 480p.
Who are you?
I really like this outfit for Psycho Mantis. It's weird that he just stops wearing it after this cutscene. Like, you commonly associate him with, like, the BDSM gear. But in this cutscene only, he's wearing a trench coat that looks good on him.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
Oh boy! Are we doing the skateboarding again? It's time to see some sick flip! I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psychomantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So, that was Mantis.
I don't think I've ever told you guys on stream before, but I've got a little history with Psychomantis. Psychomantis was the first cosplay I ever did. There are thankfully no pictures of it that I know of that exist, because it looked like absolute shit, because I mostly just made it from, like, whatever fucking scraps of clothing I could get a hold of that vaguely looked like his outfit. But part of that, which I still have hanging in my room, was an authentic Israeli gas mask that I bought at an Army-Navy surplus store. One of the straps is broken, unfortunately, but it's still a cool piece to have. You want a gas mask as well, mostly because they look cool. Yeah, gas masks do look cool, but they're pretty expensive. Unless you happen to know a good place to get them, like the previously mentioned Army-Navy surplus stores. You can usually get authentic military gear there for pretty cheap. I also got some stuff from there for my Liquid Snake cosplay. Basically the only part of it that wasn't authentic military gear, apart from, like, the toy gun I was using as a prop, was his coat, which is an actual replica of his coat that I bought. I'm trying to remember where you get the M9 here, because that's going to help me out a lot. I don't go back and play, like... I've mentioned before that I don't go back and play Metal Gear Solid 2 that much. I don't go back and play, Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes nearly as often as I go back and play Metal Gear Solid 2. Hey Johnny. What was that book doing in the bathroom with you? By the way, they say book, but, where is it? No, it's under weapons. Publication with adult-oriented material, full of girly photos and interesting columns. I wonder what Johnny was doing in the bathroom with that. In a base on a winter island? Yeah. While he's on guard duty. Like, my dude. Bonk. You know what? Time to bring up the soundboard again. This is directed towards Johnny Sasaki, everyone's favorite mega simp from the Metal Gear series. If I can fucking find it. Here we go.
Bonk! Bonk!
There we go.
Is there somebody? Is there somebody there? Who's that? Enemy sighted. Requesting back.
Shit. This is not going according to Keikaku. Come on. That's what you get for dodge rolling like a chump. This is all going very poorly, I hope you understand. Damn, went through 3 rations trying to do that. And all I got was a cardboard box and some thermal goggles. Go away, guards. Don't come in here. There's no reason to come in here. I'm not here. I'm invisible. My God, just let me go, for fuck's sake.
Over there? Stop. Clear! Clear! Move! Clear! Move! Who's that? I've got him. Send
Just kill me. I fucked this up too badly.
Huh? Who's there? Freeze. No.
That's what I've been trying to do. Holy shit. I thought that genuinely wasn't in this game because of how hard it is to pull off now. So I didn't get the tranquilizer gun like I've been looking for, but I at least got the SOCOM suppressor. Alright, who's ready to face off against everyone's favorite gay Russian cowboy? Revolver Ocelot.
Am I too late? He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right? Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
No! Don't touch it!
C4.
Oh boy, again with the sick flips.
Right. Touch that wire and the C4 will blow up along with the old man.
Also, we get way more detailed revolver spinning animations from Ocelot here that go on for uncomfortably long periods of time.
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver.
Come on, say it.
Ocelot.
Now that's why I call it dramatic pause.
I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend. This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army. 6 bullets. More than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver.
Is it because you use a revolver? Is that literally the only reason?
Draw! Hiding won't help you. A gun's power isn't in its muzzle velocity or its caliber. I love to reload during a battle. All right, I'm alive again.
Is this really gonna be how this fight goes?
I love to reload during a battle. Everyone always wants to use the newest, latest technology.
Guess who's back?
Ah, fucking finally, you're here in time for me to finish off Revolver Ocelot in one of the most pathetic fights.
Yeah, sorry about
because,
that.
The boss fights were not adjusted for first-person aiming.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss.
So, like, half the fight, not even half the fight, like, everything until the final 2 hits, I was just standing in one spot, trading shots with him. Whereas in how the fight's supposed to go, is that you're supposed to chase him down and shoot him while he's reloading. Wow, looks like Revolver Ocelot's been disarmed.
Boo!
Alright, it's time for everyone's favorite cyborg ninja, the Cyborg Ninja. And, another instance of things being way more over the top in this remake.
You caught me.
Yes, that, fan dub that I never fucking made.
Don't feel bad, because there's also the, Band of Hearts one I wanted to do that I never did.
Yeah. You'll never guess who voices, Gray Fox, the Cyborg Ninja, in this remake, by the way.
Who?
Take a guess. Consider it's not his voice actor from the PS1 version, which was Greg Eagles. When he starts speaking, see if you can figure out who it is. Because it's a very famous voice actor doing a very unconventional role, considering what he's known for.
Who are you?
And like you, I have no name.
That exoskeleton.
Have you figured it out yet?
Is this Lowenthal?
No, this is Rob Paulson, the voice of, Yakko Warner and Pinky and Dr. Scratch and Sniff.
No.
Yes!
No!
Yes, that is him! I even got his autograph on a Cyborg Ninja poster.
That's lucky.
Yeah, JKR got it for me while he was at a convention that he was making an appearance at. Yeah, and Carl Weezer, who could forget, the best member of Weezer.
Carl! Let's see. Where's Jimmy's mom?
See this fucking slow-mo bullet time Matrix shit that they're doing? This whole fight wasn't even in the PS1 version. He just sees Kenneth Baker, he freaks out, and then he leaves. But they added this whole cutscene fight just because they wanted to show off how advanced the graphics were now.
Who the hell?
10 out of 10, do it again.
This cutscene also has, not this specific cutscene, but one of the ones coming up in this string of cutscenes, has one of my favorite changes to, how over-the-top everything is, where, Kenneth Baker's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot," when,
What about yours?
he's about to tell Snake his, Meryl's codec number, and then he forgets it, and then Snake's like, "Damn! They changed it here, so, like, he has a fucking freak out and threatens to shoot him."
I talked.
Lord have mercy.
Like, he points his gun at his head. And I'm like, Snake, this is one of the dudes you're supposed to rescue. What the fuck?
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Please tell me Anime Boy's lines are still intact.
Yes. Like I said, everyone's,
kinda like psych.
Everyone's original voice actors came back. The only change they made was instead of Police Nuts footage when he's talking about his love of anime, it's Zone of the Enders footage.
The DARPA chief said Mantis got his code by...
Yo, that's what's up.
Are you sure you heard him right?
Yeah.
Specifically, Zone of the Enders 2, if I remember correctly.
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
He's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
I'm not too familiar with the sequel.
You're not too familiar with the sequel?
His was sliced off.
Pretty incomprehensible plot, in my opinion, because it expects you to have watched the OVA and the anime series in between.
And play the first game.
Yeah, well, it's a huge time skip from the first game to the second game.
Oh, really?
You're playing as a whole new character, and the main character of the first game is now a supporting character in the second game, who doesn't even pilot Jehuti anymore. He has his own mech now called the Vic Viper.
What's wrong with you? I just told you
Yeah,
I was
Big Viper. You're playing Twin Snakes.
No, not Big Viper, Vic Viper, as a reference to Gradius.
Oh, my hearing is really bad.
Because they're
But
both
still-
made by Konami.
But still, you have Viper in there, Twin Snakes, still works.
I mean, they even made a reference to that in Peace Walker, I found out recently, because in the past couple days, I beat Peace Walker for the first time. And in that one, there's like a running gag of the Sandinista mercenaries referring to Big Boss as Vic Boss.
Always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. Do you still have the card?
Okay, that's funny.
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What?
I just want to point out, because you never would have guessed this from how Solid Snake ended up looking, but Hideo Kojima's original vision for how Solid Snake was supposed to look in Metal Gear Solid before Yoji Shinkawa radically redesigned him was the body of Jean-Claude Van Damme with the face of Christopher Walken.
In prison, because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
Wouldn't that just be Adonis?
Would that be the Colonel's niece?
I mean, yeah, but, like, Kojima's intention was for Snake to be very ugly.
I hope she's okay.
Like, Kojima had a lot of weird ideas that, never made it past initial pitches. Like, in Metal Gear Solid 4, which we haven't gotten to yet, but we'll be making our way there eventually, that game's, like, quirky boss unit is called the Beauty and Beast Corps. They are all women, and they're all modeled after real-life fashion models. And gravure idols and stuff like that. And his original idea was, once you beat the first phase of each of their fights, which is when they're in their exo armor. Here we go, here's the part I was talking about.
Sorry, I forgot.
Damn!
Oh,
Snake, chill the fuck out.
It should be on the back of the package. Try to contact her.
I'll contact her right away.
But, yeah, his original idea for the Beauty and Beast Corps before that had to be vetoed was, that after you beat their first forms, where they're in their, powered mech suits, they would shed their suits and be, like, completely naked underneath with fully rendered nudity.
Leader of the Metal Gear Rex project.
Yikes.
A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball.
And he also originally had an entirely different ending in mind for Metal Gear Solid 4, where rather than the more, like, kind of hopeful way that it ended, it would have ended with Snake and Otacon turning themselves in for technically committing war crimes, and being executed for it.
Nuclear warhead storage building. It's north from here. That's where he worked.
Walken would make a good Snake.
I understand.
I agree.
Yes, he would. Hello, I'm Solid Snake.
The nuclear threat hasn't disappeared. The threat is more real than ever.
Can we talk about how we got gypped out of Christopher Walken being super? Wait, he was Superman, wait, wasn't he?
No, you're thinking Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, yeah, there we go. Still,
Yeah,
we got cheated out of that.
Yeah, we got cheated out of Nicolas Cage Superman.
No. Drums and
But we eventually got that in the fucking Teen Titans Go movie, of all things.
you can see. Because there's still
Yes, the stock footage cutscenes, they kept those in here.
The lid and try to pretend like it'll go away.
Except they're in slightly higher quality, but still pretty pixelated.
Many of the drums are corroded.
As you can probably see.
Waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
We also got robbed of a Nicolas Cage Scarecrow. We got robbed of a lot of Nicolas Cage stuff.
So you think about it, Teen Titans did one thing good, and that was give us Nicolas Cage, Superman. Then,
yep, and then they went and countered that by not bringing back Ron Perlman to voice Slade. Instead, they got I can't remember his name, but the dude that voices Lego Batman.
Man.
Plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in
Dude, Nicolas Cage Scarecrow, dude, that would have been. Yo, I cannot think of any other person to play Scarecrow right now.
I mean, he would be the best Scarecrow we've gotten in a live-action movie so far, which is, considering there's only one before, that's not much, but it's still significant.
Own policy of deterrence. We need a weapon of overwhelming power.
I think he would bring the appropriate amount of both hamminess and kind of unsettling insanity that Scarecrow should have.
Okay, hear me out of this, okay?
Willem Dafoe Scarecrow.
Hey, hear me out on this. We have Willem Dafoe, Nicolas Cage, and Christopher Walken in what's it called? Fantastic Four, but we have it set in like the 1970s or 1960s. And tell me, having them as like maybe one of the villains would be interesting as hell.
I mean, which one of them would play Doctor Doom? Because you know they're gonna go with Doctor Doom as their first villain every time, even though that's really not what they should do.
Well, they could do Doctor Doom, and then I don't know too many of the villains, but I have two other villains that are just as popular.
Literally, the only other two Fantastic Four villains I know by name, because I'm like really unfamiliar with Fantastic Four, are the Mole Man and the Super Scroll.
I don't give a crap about.
Okay, the Mole Man sounds super hammy, so that has to be Nicolas Cage.
Yes. Like, my understanding of the Mole Man is, you know, the Underminer from The Incredibles? He was based on the Mole Man.
No way!
Yeah.
It's all here. The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy.
But wouldn't you love to see those three as the villains of a Fantastic Four movie, teaming up against them?
I mean, we are getting a new Fantastic Four movie. We just don't know much about it, other than they announced that it's going to be a science fiction movie. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck else would the Fantastic Four be?
Make sure
that you
report this to Jim. To your
I mean, in terms of genre, not in terms of medium.
I'll give you my card, too. It'll open up all...
Because it's an inherently sci-fi story. What else would it be? Also, how sad is it that the best Fantastic Four movie we've gotten so far and probably ever will get is the one that was never released and had a $2 million budget that was only made just so the studio could hold on to the rights longer? That one that we watched a bootleg of for a commentary.
It looked like you knew something.
That ninja?
You know, that's like stupidly low budget one.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, because that one was amazing, and I gotta thank you again for bringing me onto that.
Yeah, it's genuinely a wild story about how that was made. Like, the film studio was about to lose the rights to the Fantastic Four movie franchise, and their contract stated that they had to make a movie, but the contract didn't state that the movie actually had to be released anywhere. So they made a whole $2 million movie just so they would intentionally never release it, but then it just got leaked onto the bootleg circuit anyway. Oh god, it's time for the Mega Nut again!
What did you do to me? Oh, no! Oh, no! It can't be! Those
Pentagon bastards! They made me nut!
Me too.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
Hey, Megatron.
Time to spam those newt emotes in chat.
What the hell?
Colonel, people keep nutting themselves to death. What the hell is that for? Snake, it's probably because of your rock-solid man-ass. I mean, look at that thing, it's enormous.
He's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or digoxin.
Everyone should strive to be either get a snake in their life or beat a snake in their life.
Work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. We have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here, and then I'll show off an Easter egg that I completely forgot to show off in the PS1 stream. That's been retained here. In addition to some new Easter eggs that were added specifically to this version. Let's see. If you call Mei Ling and choose not to save at, I think it's at least 3 times.
What is it, Snake? Be careful, Snake. What can I do for you, Snake? Come on, Snake. Don't call me for no reason.
And then you keep calling her over and over again. See how she stops talking to you, first of all. And then if you do it enough, she sticks her tongue out at you. There we go. Cute little Easter egg.
There we go. I see it.
Yeah, that's just cute. Then again, Mei Ling's fucking adorable.
Must protect.
And then she becomes a Navy commander in between Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 4.
I did not see that coming.
It's like they say, always beware the cute ones. Also, like, just out of nowhere, if you talk to, in Metal Gear Solid 4, I'm saying this now because I probably won't get to it, during that stream series, because there's so many fucking Easter eggs in Metal Gear Solid 4 that I couldn't possibly show them all off in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, I'm just dying so I don't have to deal with that.
Okay?
But, in a codec call that's completely optional, it's implied that, the way that, Mei Ling got to Navy Commander position was by sleeping her way to the top.
Good lord.
And I'm like, Kojima, why do you have to be so weird about your female characters?
Well, don't forget there was a VTuber thing where it was like describe one of your characters really badly.
Yeah.
And it was the I have a bomb in my wuha.
Oh, that was, yeah, that was not a VTuber thing, that was a voice actor thing, but that was Tara Strong describing the plot of Ground Zeroes. Because that's the extent of Paz's role in Ground Zeroes. She has a much bigger role in Peace Walker.
Clear. Move.
Oh god, they're checking the fucking lockers.
I genuinely thought that I said voice actor and not VTuber.
Yeah, you said VTuber.
That is definitely a sleight of tongue.
Yeah, that was incredibly lucky, by the way, because usually they check all the lockers instead of just checking one of them. That's it. Oh my god, one of them just fell to his death through the pitfall I activated. I didn't even know that could happen!
That's the first time I heard that, bro. He's falling for you.
Have a nice trip. See you next fall.
It's because you said beware the cute ones. He was trying to find you.
Hey, I'm not cute. I'm handsome.
Downright adorable.
I would say fuck you, but I already know how that's going to go. Because you're the one who introduced that response to me.
Do it yourself, you coward.
Yes. Come on, elevator. It genuinely seems like they made the elevator slower here than they were in the PS1 version.
Seeing as I'm just watching, it kind of feels the same.
Like, I know that, they're based on load times, rather than, like, programmed to travel for a specific distance.
Huh? Who's there? Is there somebody there?
I see what you mean by them being much smarter.
Yes. And, yeah, one of the things they imported from Metal Gear Solid 2 that was, not present in Metal Gear Solid 1's, enemy AI was, if you kill a soldier, their body will stay there. And their commanding officer will eventually radio them and be like, hey, why haven't you tuned in for your report? What's going on? And then they'll send, guards to go investigate it. So in some ways, even though it's easy, combat is easier in this game, but the enemies are a lot harder to, like, manipulate than they were in Metal Gear Solid 1.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah. Like, combat's easier because you have first-person view and location-specific damage, so it's easy to cheese pretty much every boss in this game. And also, since guards' bodies don't disappear anymore when they die, guards that are on patrol can actually discover a dead body if you don't hide it somewhere.
Interesting, and I see them, like, panicking right now still.
Yeah.
Who's there?
Alright, let's shoot out the security camera so we won't have to worry about it anymore. Guards also have more advanced peripheral vision now, and react to sounds a lot better.
Okay, that's interesting.
Over there?
Oh shit, there's a guard coming. Okay, that was close. Usually it displays a camera feed when they're coming into a room that you're hiding in, but it didn't that time.
That's a little nerve-wracking.
Yes, this game's very nerve-wracking. It's definitely not a chill comfort game.
I mean, is that a comfort game like Metal Gear Carts?
You know, out of all the things Metal Gear has done, there hasn't been a game that has any kind of racing mechanics in it.
So I'm guessing you want Metal Gear Carts to be a thing now.
I mean, it would be better. That would still be a better idea than Metal Gear Survive. I deserve that.
I mean, isn't anything better than Metal Gear Survive?
Also, welcome, Cobalt. Welcome, Cobalt Rogue. You missed out on hearing your waifu's new American accent. And our discussion about how canonically in Metal Gear Solid 4 she got to the rank of Navy Commander by fucking her way to the top. You see what I mean when I say that they can see you from farther away, right?
Yeah. Also, the funny thing is, I think I could be a better guard than these guys.
I mean, the Genome Soldiers aren't even the most advanced guards in the Metal Gear series. Because, canonically, they have defects.
I didn't know that.
Like, canonically, the Genome Soldiers were considered a failure. Because, they were prone to mutations that gradually, affected their abilities over time. Hopefully she's a decent military commander. She's not just a decent military commander. She genuinely, like, saves the day, and the story wouldn't have been able to continue if it weren't for her. After being sidelined ever since Metal Gear Solid 1.
Like, can we seriously, like, have it where, you know, she didn't sleep her way to the top, she got there with hard work and respect?
Like, the reason she slept her way to the top was because, she put in the hard work and respect, but the military was still, like, inherently, patriarchal and sexist. So that was the only way that she had to basically degrade herself in order to get the promotions that she damn well deserved. But still, like, Kojima, can you please stop being weird about women in your games? Quiet's not even the worst example of him being weird about women in his games.
Hey, Lulu.
Hey, Lulu, don't be mad at me for just... I didn't mean to worry you. I wasn't on Discord for the past couple days. It's not just you that I haven't talked to. I haven't talked to anyone.
That is true. This is like the first time we're talking in like the week.
Hey, Tim Oriel, imp. Not a chance. That's what makes them Kojima games, but seriously, Kojima, please. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know what would be good for him to do? So, like, yeah, they got their hard work, but for the shits and giggles, this happened. It's not canon, but it's like for laughs or something, you know?
Yeah.
The one from the prison?
You're the Colonel's niece.
Past experience tells you otherwise. Please don't bring that into my streams.
Just
I'd rather keep that part of my personal history out of
I'm
here.
the fool that your uncle sent to this hellhole.
You came alone? Trying to be some kind of hero?
I don't need lectures. You're just like your uncle, you know?
How do you know my uncle?
We go way back.
What's your name?
My name's not...
It's fine. Don't feel bad about it. It's just from now on.
Could you be Snake? Are you Solid Snake?
That's what's...
Final Fantasy X rule. Whenever I see Lulu, I just think black magic now.
You think black magic, big titties, and a dress made of belts.
Hey, don't forget the stuffed animal.
Yes.
My eyes?
Yes, indeed.
They're not soldier's eyes.
The stuffed animal is the most important part.
No. They're beautiful, compassionate eyes.
Just what I'd expect.
One of my favorite bits of the Final Fantasy X saga is that when we see Lulu when she's supposed to be like far into her pregnancy, she looks exactly the same as she did in Final Fantasy X-1, just because Square Enix was too lazy to give her a new model.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, wait, she's pregnant? What?
Brothers, are you?
I have no family.
So what's the deal then?
I don't know.
Also, did you know that there's technically a Final Fantasy X-3?
I want some information.
Yeah, I actually have the, if you have the PS3 or PS4 version, you actually have the, novella, basically.
I've heard the novella is, like, absolutely fucking batshit.
Well, part of the novella. It's basically a little bit afterwards, I should say. For those that are really curious, I think Night Prince Sky or Night Sky Prince has it. It's basically every Final Fantasy YouTuber has it, and it is literally drugs, like crazy.
Foxhound and the next generation special forces were called here for the test launching of a dummy nuclear
Like the power you see in Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2 is only a fraction of a summoner's power, and it makes you really wonder, how did they lose the war?
Dummy warheads for a while. Why just this time?
I heard it was because this was to be a final test before the formal adoption of the Metal Gear program. That's what I heard anyway.
Sounds kind of fishy. So what do you think the terrorists want?
Truth be told, technically speaking, since I brought up the fact that there's a on the PS3 and PS4 game disc, the little extra novella, that's technically 10-4 if you think about it.
Damn, 10 just never fucking ends, does it?
You met Baker, huh?
10 technically went on longer than 13 did.
What?
When is 10-4 coming out?
What, you mean 13-4?
Yeah.
Oh god, no!
Because then it would be caught up with how many canonical entries in the 10 saga there is.
Truth be told, fans want a prequel where they actually play as Yuna's father. That would honestly be kind of interesting, even if it is a short game, you know?
Final Fantasy X-0.
I would play it.
Call it Final Fantasy X-0 just to further confuse newcomers, like the people that think that 10-2 is supposed to be read X2 or 12.
Kingdom Hearts, Chain of Memories, Rechain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep 3 Fraction Days.
I need to ask him how to destroy Metal Gear.
You plan to take that thing on by yourself, Snake?
It's like a very famous Kingdom Hearts YouTube video once said, can you count to 3? Of course. 1, Chain of Memories. 2, Birth by Sleep. 358 Days over 2.
But it's okay.
Recoded.
Recoded. Dream Drop Distance. 3.
The 2.8, 2.9, then 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm not green.
Oh yes, you are. You pause for just 1 second in front of your enemy, and it's all over.
Birth by Sleep, Jen, in my opinion, has one of the best stories in Kingdom Hearts. It's a fucking gut punch.
I never had any problems in training.
Yeah, could you imagine if they put that kind of work into 365 over 2? Because that would be a lot more impactful and more of a gut punch.
Like, I haven't played 358 Days over 2. I've only watched the compilation movie that was included in the HD remaster collections. But,
I can't quit.
like, I know a lot of people love 358 Days over 2's story because you really get to see how Roxas's connection with the rest of Organization 13, and especially Axel and Shion, grows, and how he eventually has to turn against them, so it's really fucking emotional. But that's ruined for me by Roxas having such bad dialogue.
The thing that annoys me the most is the whole fact that Roxas and what's his name share the same model.
Ventus, that's actually canonically explained.
Yeah, I know, but still, give them different models.
I mean, they don't share the exact same model. They have different outfits. They just have the same head.
Try to say this another way. Stay the hell out of my way.
Don't make me claw at your circuits.
And they have different keyblades.
I told you, the real me is no match for the legend.
Looks like you were right.
Oh, that is very true, Kobo. That is the perfect way to describe it.
You know, the Metal Gear series, Metal Gear series later delved into the mission-based ARPG structure, starting with Portable Ops. Portable Ops for the PSP, because, you know, it's a PSP entry, you can't really do a full Metal Gear game on that kind of hardware. They decided, you know what, let's take the Monster Hunter approach to it. And then they further amped that up in, Peace Walker, as I recently discovered, because I just beat Peace Walker for the first time a couple days ago.
Snake,
and, that one, it's not just, like, mission-based ARPG structure, but it's got, like,
Don't move around too much.
you build your own, not just weapons, but your own Metal Gear by, grinding boss fights to get random item drops that depend on what parts of the bosses... All the bosses are mechs in Peace Walker, but depending on what parts of the mech's frame you've destroyed, like, if you destroy its head part, you won't get any head scrap, but you get a chance at getting the grindable AI boards from that part... from the part of its body that's attached to those AI boards. So it's very Monster Hunter-esque, in which you're encouraged to target or leave alone specific parts of each boss's body in order to ensure that you get a higher chance of getting the parts you need in order to construct stuff.
So basically, you're telling me that it's just Big O.
And it also has straight-up Monster Hunter missions in it. Like, where you fight monsters from Monster Hunter.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's part of the reason why Peace Walker hasn't been re-released on modern consoles. Because, partly because Konami is just a shit company, and partly because they would have to work out licensing rights with Capcom again. How do I feel about Peace Walker as a game? Fucking fantastic. one of the best stories in the series, in my opinion, and it really does a great job of setting up Big Boss not just as a legendary soldier, but as someone who eventually becomes the big boss of Metal Gear lore. Because, like, his whole saga starts with Metal Gear Solid 3, but the way 3 presents it isn't really convincing that this would become a guy who turns his back on his country and becomes a terrorist trying to create a haven for soldiers in a world of never-ending conflict.
Just call me Deep Throat.
Because Peace Walker is set, like, in that mid-period of the Cold War, after the Cuban Missile Crisis, when things looked like they were dying down, but before the 80s, when things started ramping up before the eventual collapse of the Soviet Union. So there's a lot of discussions about, like, hopeful end of the Cold War and a hopeful world of peace that we, with the benefit of historical knowledge, know is not going to happen for another decade, another 2 decades or so.
Hey, guess what?
And it's like, sorry to interrupt you, but like, yeah, Deep Throat, that's a reference to the FBI informant thank you. That caught me off guard. But, yeah, the Deep Throat code name is a reference to the Watergate scandal, where the informant to the FBI that spilled the beans about what Richard Nixon had committed at Watergate went by the code name Deep Throat, due to his deep voice. And it's just coincidentally that there was also a popular porn movie at the time called Deep Throat.
And no, it wasn't me.
Fun, like, we didn't even know who the Deep Throat informant was, because he didn't reveal his identity until decades later, right before he died. It was all over I can't remember his name, but it was like a huge news story when he finally revealed his identity. Speaking of people who haven't had their identities revealed after decades of people doing their own investigations into it, did you know that there's a very plausible conspiracy theory that D.B. Cooper, the guy who hijacked the plane, stole hundreds of thousands of dollars and then escaped via parachute without ever being tracked down, is actually Tommy Wiseau?
No, I have not heard of that.
I was taught this conspiracy theory by my buddy Pause Break, but it all makes sense if you think about it. Because, like, D.B. Cooper and Tommy Wiseau are both old enough to have been born around the same time. D.B. Cooper was described as having a very strange, unplaceable foreign accent. And Tommy Wiseau kind of came out of nowhere, while D.B. Cooper disappeared into nowhere. And him hijacking a plane and stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars and then making his escape would explain where his vast supply of money he now has came from.
I see that they're adding more of the tank fire as extra scenes.
Yes, in the PS1 version, he just backflips to dodge the tank blast, but in this one, he takes a full-on blast to the chest and still survives.
Like 2 of them, like, bruh, can we get the bat flip?
Come, let's fight.
You also missed Revolver Ocelot doing a whole bunch of sick revolver spins during his introduction cutscene that leads up to a dramatic pause when he's introducing himself. It's like, revolver, spin for like 30 seconds, Ocelot.
So that would be like me saying Kier, doing a little dance.
Like, he already did the spins in the PS1 version, but they go on for comically long now.
Topaz.
Like, it's to the point where it's like Rocky Horror Picture Show, where you're waiting for the character to say the line. Because there's, like, intentionally comedically long pause between the beginning of the line and the ending of it. Also, they made this boss a little harder because it takes more hits to kill it, rather than being able to take out both gunners with just 1 grenade each.
Makes sense because I will admit it was kind of easy in the first one.
Yeah. They also made it so you can disable the tank treads temporarily with mines or with grenades.
I didn't know that.
To hit it. I don't know if that was in the PS1 version too, but it's a very good strategy for this version.
I don't think it's in the original.
And it also shows you a like short little cutscene to show when you've landed a critical hit, as you probably just saw over there on stream.
Oh yeah, I see it. It falls into his lap, right into the crotch.
Yeah,
that's painful.
And they also made it so you can't just spam grenades to beat the boss, because between every hit, the gunner crawls back into the tank.
Me too.
Do I think I'd still enjoy Peace Walker if the plot wasn't as good or important? Yes, because the gameplay's fucking fantastic. It gives you basically the more free controls, especially if you're playing the PS3 and Xbox 360 remaster rather than the original PSP version. It gives you the more free and fluid control style of Metal Gear Solid 4, but it's not quite as broken. Because stealth is still heavily encouraged, because non-lethal takedowns in general are encouraged, because a big part of the game is building up your private army by capturing enemy soldiers and rescuing prisoners. So you're more encouraged than ever to not kill every single enemy you come across. It's a lot more strategic, in my opinion. And, it also, encourages you to not just, like, knock out and recruit every single enemy you come across. Because each individual enemy in the game has its own unique stats. And you want enemies with good stats for your army, not just for combat, but for different positions, like, cooking food to make sure that your army performs at maximum efficiency, R&D for developing new weapons and armor, intel for giving you better awareness of your surroundings and finding new side missions for you to do.
Oh, that's over the top.
There's a lot of over the tops. I forgot about that. He just decks him in the face. Hope stream's been going well. It's been going great. Until you get the gear that shows you what the skills are, so you don't take all the E ranks. Yeah. Once you get the analyzer, it becomes easier to find out which enemies you want to specifically recruit.
You would be wise not to underestimate him.
What did you think of him?
Ishiba!
He lives and breathes combat just like you. I would expect no less from your...
You see, I told you so, but I will kill him.
General Ivan, I hear that you lost your arm and ran away home.
Watch your tongue.
Who said that? That was,
in the language of the
that was Kier over here, who,
is known as an animal to be feared.
Has been talking to you about projects that he wants to work on. This is his VTuber persona.
Yep.
You may recognize him as the little slime over there in the corner.
I am not a slime.
Sorry, shapeshifter.
That's more like it.
The raven on my head. It thirsts for his blood.
You know, if this Metal Gear retrospective continues on into the winter season, I know the perfect duology of Metal Gear games to play for that.
Oh?
There are two very good and very popular Metal Gear fan games called Merry Gear Solid and Merry Gear Solid 2 Ghosts of Christmas Past. Like, the first game is about you playing as Santa, trying to, stealthily sneak your way through, people's homes to deliver presents without being spotted. And if you're asking, why doesn't he, just go in through the chimney? It's because he can't fly around in his sleigh, because after, in canon, after 9/11, NORAD started tracking, aerial travel a lot more frequently. So if a unidentified,
knows lots more about it than I do.
I hate to say unidentified flying object because people think aliens, but that's technically what he would be classified as. Were to be seen flying over American airspace like he would, they would have just shot him down. So they came up with an explanation for why you have to sneak in through the house. And then in the sequel, you play as Solid Snake having to take up the role of Santa.
I have a game on Steam that is somewhat like this, but it's not Metal Gear.
Oh shit. I didn't know the security camera could see me from all the way up there. Great, I'm fucking dead. I always hated this area because you can't use weapons here. So it's just like, if you get detected, you're screwed because they fill the room with poison gas. Like, you're not allowed to use weapons, but the guards are.
Thank you, sir. Can I have another? Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
Memorial Imp, like, I just recently beat Peace Walker for the first time, and oh my god, I was so unprepared for the final battle with Peace Walker. And, honestly, I feel like the Peace Walker fight is the weakest of the, mech fights in that game, because it really doesn't explain its mechanics very well.
All you need to do is form Voltron.
Yeah, but this is in the 1970s. Voltron didn't exist yet.
Voltron was... Wait, when did Voltron... Oh, I need to double check this now.
Voltron was the 80s. I am incredibly lucky that that guard didn't see me. Haven't played it, but I'm going through the Phantom Pain right now. I've been, yeah, I've been replaying the Phantom Pain, just because, like, I'm seeing how everything connects now that I've, finally beaten Peace Walker, so it makes certain events in Phantom Pain, without delving into spoiler territory, for those that haven't played it, it makes certain events more impactful.
Well, we are 292 years from Voltron, so that wouldn't work, you're right.
Yeah. Did it tell you about the aiming function before you got the sniper rifle? Because Phantom Pain waited until after you developed it before it says, hey, press this button to look through the scope. Like, Phantom Pain, really it expects you to, have played Ground Zeroes before that, because Ground Zeroes tells you all of its controls right off the bat. And yes, I actually did play, all of the ops in Ground Zeroes, except for Jamais Vu, because Jamais Vu doesn't Jamais Vu's, like, the dumbest one of them all, in my opinion. I get that it's, like, a reference to Snatcher, but I haven't played Snatcher, and most people haven't played Snatcher because the only release it got in North America was on the Sega CD. And it's one of the most expensive games on the Sega CD. So, like, I don't get the references it's making. Deja Vu, on the other hand, Deja Vu is a lot more fulfilling because it's just like a big nostalgia fest for Metal Gear Solid 1.
Say Deja Vu one more time.
Deja Vu. I've just been
I just feeling this before I hear on the beat.
Although, some of the Metal Gear Solid 1 nostalgia from the Deja Vu mission is kind of ruined by the fact that it doesn't have any of the voice actors from Metal Gear Solid 1 in it. Like, you've got Kiefer Sutherland reciting Solid Snake lines, and you've got, Robin Atkin Downes reciting Liquid Snake lines. And it just doesn't sound right. Like, this is something I've probably gone over before, but, I don't like, how the voice actor changed for, Big Boss in, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain was handled. Because, like, one, it's just disrespectful to David Hayter, who had made that role his own. No one can replace him. But also the fact that Kiefer Sutherland, one, doesn't even try to sound, like the voice that had come before him. So he just sounds like Kiefer Sutherland. That is a way of, almost frickin' dying that I've never seen before. Accidentally blowing yourself up and then getting knocked into the electrified floor. I didn't even know that could happen.
And being knocked back in.
Yes.
Also, I did think of something. Power Rangers, because remember, Rita was over 10,000 years old.
Yes.
So problem solved with that.
Yeah, also, did you hear the Power Rangers news for, next year's season?
No.
It's going to be the first time since Mighty Morphin that they've had the same cast do more than 2 seasons in a row.
Ooh.
I can't remember what the series title is going to be, but it's going to be, like, space-themed again, which they haven't done for a while. And for next year, which is the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, they are going to be doing their anniversary special featuring the return of all of the original Mighty Morphin cast who are still alive. Which means that, for me, as someone whose favorite Mighty Morphin Ranger is Billy, this is a big deal, because David Yost has not been in any Power Rangers-related media since the Zordon era.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Granted, he has very good reason to do that. He was disillusioned from Mighty Morphin from Power Rangers for a long time because of the bullying he received on set due to being gay in the early 90s.
I didn't even know he was gay.
Yeah, he's gay.
I didn't know that.
He was mercilessly bullied, which is why he left the show after Zeo.
I don't blame him.
But he warmed up at the fandom at the very least because of how accepting they were of him. So now it's gotten to the point where dude finally feels comfortable being in Power Rangers again. So for once, it's going to be an anniversary special that isn't just the Jason David Frank show.
Yeah.
Because, like, everyone likes Tommy, but he's so overexposed, it's not even funny. There's way better returning Rangers that they could have for anniversary specials than just doing Tommy Oliver again.
Yeah.
And that is also, like, this really disrespectful case of treating Tommy Oliver as if he was the best member of the best Power Ranger to ever exist. When there are Rangers that have accomplished way more than he has. Andros fucking saved the fucking universe in space, and he doesn't get nearly as much recognition.
Dude, I really need to sit down and watch this new season.
You'll have to watch all of the Hasbro era at the very least to get caught up on it. I think it's going to be called Cosmic Fury, if I remember correctly. As a continuation of the current series, Dino Fury.
I remember we had Dino Thunder before that.
Yeah, they did another Dino-themed series so soon. But the Hasbro era starts with Beast Morphers, and that one already makes a lot of callbacks to previous series, showing, just like Tamorial Imp said, the producers working on the show now are people that grew up watching Power Rangers. So we've got actual fans of the show that are writing Power Rangers now, so it's full of, like, fan service.
Yeah, so this is definitely...
Also, this whole scene of, Gray Fox fucking slaughtering these dudes was not in the PS1 version.
I mean, I'm gonna be firing that crazy. My guys already did. I'm firing like crazy like that too.
Take this!
Honestly, Tommy had the looks. I think that's what it was. I wish they had gone more into the prophecy revolving around the Green Ranger's return, and they just mentioned it at the end of Mean and Green Saga and never mentioned it again. Yeah, oh, prophecy, not prophecy.
Prophecy!
I mean, he did become a teacher, Dr. Tommy Oliver. So he did become Prophecy at one point. But yeah, Tommy was just like, he had the looks, and he was like the one that started out as a bad guy, so he has that inherent edgy angle to him. You know, as edgy as Mighty Morphin can get.
Yeah, we already know Zach was the cute one, though.
Yeah.
Also, you're gonna laugh at this. I legitimately had a daydream about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and meeting the actress that played Aisha.
God, I can't remember her name.
I guess you look it up right now.
I can't remember her name because I get Aisha and the other Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger confused so often.
Trini, I think you mean.
No, not Trini. Like, whoever was played by Karen Ashley, at the end of Mighty Morphin, during that saga where they were all turned into kids.
Oh, I see her.
Like, when they had the shift between the second Yellow Ranger and the third Yellow Ranger, I get them confused all the time. Because I'm not too familiar with Mighty Morphin and like most of the Zordon era. I started watching Power Rangers with Power Rangers in Space, so that like late Zordon, post Zordon, up to beginning of Disney is why I have the most nostalgia for.
Snake. Hey, you're that ninja.
Yeah, not Trini, but the one that took over in Zeo, like right at the end of Mighty Morphin into the beginning of Zeo.
A world where such words are meaningless. I've removed all obstacles. Now you and I will battle to the death.
I couldn't possibly forget Trini because everyone makes the tired joke about, haha, they cast an Asian person to play the Yellow Ranger. Isn't that super racist?
What's with these guys? It's like one of
And I'm like,
animes.
the show started out in Japan. Are they racist too?
What is it? Revenge?
It is nothing so trivial as
The one that did Zio was Tanya Sloan.
Yeah, but
That
what
was
was the
the
character's name?
Oh, I messed the wrong thing up.
I will kill you, or you will kill me. It makes no difference.
Nikita Baris.
All right then. Watch from your box seat.
The character's name was Nikita?
No, the actual actress.
No, I'm looking for the character's name.
Oh, that was the. Oh no, that was the character. The character was Tanya Sloan, the Zeo Ranger to Yellow.
Okay, so yeah, I always get Tanya and Aisha confused because like when the switch happens, they don't act like the switch happened. They act like she's just been there all along. It's a very awkward way of changing characters.
It is awkward, but both actresses are really beautiful. But
Yes,
I had the dream that I met Karen, and literally I'm like, bro, you being the first female Black Yellow Ranger, you are a trailblazer.
She's very active in the fandom, so that she seems like she would be fun to meet. She even she recently started hosting her own podcast with some other Power Rangers alumni.
You know what I should totally do? If we ever end up going to a con where one of our favorite Power Ranger actors and actresses are, I should try to make like a little plushie for them.
Yes, that would be so cute. I bet they would love that. Oh, and Karen Ashley is also Karen Ashley and Nakia Baris had what am I trying to say? They have a habit of collecting merchandise of the specific Rangers that they played. Like, they've been collecting every new piece of Power Rangers memorabilia that connects to the Ranger that they played, so it's cool.
I just thought of something even cooler now.
Yeah?
Have their Ranger actually riding their first Zord. Have it be like the size of a controller, and then like their Megazord being like double the size. So yeah.
Also, my boy Christopher Kamen Lee, who played Andros, was within like the past year or so in a Power Rangers fan series called Blood of the Grid, where he reprises his role as Andros, and it's based off of an old fan theory that he actually believes to be canon, where like the reason why Ecliptor was so inherently drawn to protecting Corone and raising her during her time as Astronema was because Ecliptor was actually Corone and Andros' father, who had been turned into a monster by Dark Spectre.
Huh. I really need
that's what the fan series goes off of, where it confirms that, well, quote-unquote confirms, because it's technically not canon, but it might as well be canon with the production values, that Andros is the son of Ecliptor.
I really need to get back into Power Rangers.
I mean, you would love Beast Morphers just from the fact that they brought back Goldar in that season.
The best character ever. The best villain, I should say.
And then in Dino Fury, they brought back Lord Zed.
Oh, God. I still want to cosplay Godar.
That would be hard as shit to pull off, but it would look fucking amazing.
Yeah, I would do it without the wings, just so I don't like run into people. Like have it where I can attach it on easy.
Yeah. Usually, for wings, for people cosplaying characters with wings, they get, like a harness that the wings attach to. So they can easily slip them on and off. One of the guys who was Goldar's actor came from your hometown.
Yo!
Was it, what's his name? Kerrigan Mahan, that's his name. Was it him? Or are you talking about, like, the suit actor? That's actually one of the disappointing things about Goldar coming back in Beast Morphers, was that they didn't get Kerrigan Mahan to voice him. They just got some other dude, to do a bad Goldar impression. Suit actor? Okay. I'm actually Facebook friends with, one of the suit actors for Alpha 5, Sandy Selner. Which, she is, like, the sweetest person.
I don't know too much about Ultraman, but I know one of my friends...
Ultraman is just recently getting the long overdue Western push that's deserved for a long time, because it was caught up in rights limbo for a really long-ass time.
Yeah, like one of my friends, well, two of them, Sai and Zero, you know, our sandwich friend,
Yeah.
area. They know everything about Kamen Rider.
Oh yeah, I've been recently trying to get into Kamen Rider. It's just like trying to find good places to stream it is hard. And also the fact that not all the Kamen Rider series are currently available outside Japan legally. Like, I want to legally support it rather than watching it the old school way of watching it fan-subbed. Because, like, Toei's just recently started putting faith into Kamen Rider not being too Japanese for an American audience, and I want them to continue releasing Kamen Rider stuff here.
Understandable. Well, the one thing I always found annoying is when they'd be like, "Oh, it's too Japanese." It's like, we love this stuff. We love the weird and strange. We love this stuff.
If you want to tie it back to like the whole reason why they think Kamen Rider wouldn't work for American audiences, it all dates back to the American adaptation of Kamen Rider from the 90s, Masked Rider.
Not again.
And Big Bag Beetleborg was also amazing.
It's hard to believe that at one point Beetleborgs was actually outperforming Power Rangers in the ratings.
Well, one of the reasons being was you had kids versus teenagers, and kids were your main demographic.
Not just kids versus teenagers played by people clearly in their mid-20s.
That also. But still, it writes itself. Like, it was so interesting.
The only bit of Kamen Rider I've seen so far, outside of some clips of Saban's Masked Rider, is the first couple episodes of Kuga, and I love what I've seen so far. Like, the idea of not just, like, a superhero, just the inherent Kamen Rider concept being cool, but, the fact that the villains are an entire alien race of serial killers.
What? What?
Yeah, every single villain they fights isn't just like regular Monster of the Week. They're fucking serial killer Monster of the Weeks.
Yo, they basically took a small page out of Yu Yu Hakusho, Outlaw Star, and Cowboy Bebop.
Yes. He should have been killed, but he's still alive.
What?
It also has a really good theme song. No fear, no pain.
Using a soldier for their gene therapy experiments.
I'm still going to stick with the OG.
Yeah, not
Mighty
alien.
Power.
Yeah, not alien, but like ancient, ancient cursed race, something like that. I haven't gotten very far in. I've only watched the first 2 episodes.
2 years ago.
But it's very good. I've been told it's a good place for beginners to start, if they don't want to watch through, like, all of the series from the beginning.
And that was Gray Fox?
But he was already dead.
Because Kuga was the first series after a very long drought period of just no Kamen Riders shows being produced, to my understanding.
Today's genome.
Speaking of all this Sentai talk, you know who I would love to meet?
Who?
Me, you already know. But the actors that played Bulk and Skull.
Oh, Jason Narvi and fuck, I forgot Bulk's name. Bulk's actor.
I'm really bad with names, but I would love to meet them.
I see. But even if that ninja is Gray Fox,
I've been watching on the Shout Factory website. It's just very inconvenient to watch it there.
You're saying he's just living off his will to fight?
I'm not sure, but he seems intent on fighting me to the death. We'll meet again. I know it.
I've heard that some of it's been added to Tubi, but only like very randomly chosen series are on Tubi.
That's what he wants.
Oh, what's that free thing that used to be, well, it still is on it, but on the PS4, it's on a lot of smart TVs. Pluto TV, there we go.
Yeah, it's not, I don't know if it's on Pluto TV because...
Not right now.
With everyone forming their own stupid streaming services, Pluto TV's lost a lot of its content.
Dude, Pluto TV used to have the old school the old school Power Rangers.
Yep. But
I
now,
used to watch it at work.
Your uniform's different from theirs. You're the Metal Gear Rex chief engineer.
So, would you like to know the current best place to watch the older Power Rangers seasons, Kier?
Oh, please tell me.
The official Power Rangers YouTube channel. They've been uploading them season by season in order.
If only you could see my face right now.
They've also been doing that with Transformers. Like, everything except for the Japanese series and Robots in Disguise is being uploaded. Robots in Disguise 2001 is being uploaded to YouTube for free. Like, the entire G1 series is on there. Beast Wars is on there. Not Headmasters, that's one of the Japanese series.
Well, if that's all, it's nothing to worry about.
Ninja Consultant Sex Shot! You will be avenged!
Yeah, and Subaraya has also been uploading Ultraman, or Ultra series in general, because Ultraman is part of a larger franchise called the Ultra series. That also
you gotta send me these links.
I mean, if you just search up, like, Power Rangers on YouTube, you'll find it easily. And, all the Transformers stuff is hosted on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel.
Terrorists are planning to use Metal Gear to...
I'm not gonna get any work done, am I?
Nope.
Actually, I will get work done. You wanna know why?
Why?
Pokemon Challenge videos. I can make those while watching.
Oh yeah.
Using a dummy nuclear warhead.
You can also have them on the background while you're doing highlight compilations of my streams.
Yep.
I heard it directly from
I should be getting days off soon, sometime this month.
A nuclear missile on Rex?
Because I am changing work sites.
Oh, nice.
Less pay, but less stress.
Yeah, I wish it was more pay, but at the very least, you're not having to deal with as much bullshit as the current site's been giving you.
Yes. Actually talk to like an adult.
Yeah. I was never told exactly what they armed Rex with. I only know it's equipped with a Vulcan cannon, a laser, and a railgun.
I did tell them they were going to lose me. Not my fault.
You said.
Yeah. It uses magnets to fire bullets at extremely high velocities. The technology was originally developed for the...
You want to know something that you're going to love in Metal Gear Solid 4?
What?
I know I don't usually delve into spoilers for games I haven't streamed yet, but you get Metal Gear Rex's weapon, the railgun from Metal Gear Rex, as a weapon you can use in regular combat.
But are you saying it was originally
Nani?
to carry nuclear missiles?
It's at the end of the game, so it's like very inconvenient to use because it has a long charging period.
That's not all, I think. If Metal Gear
But you get to use a fucking railgun.
You know what that means, right?
No.
What?
go back to the first area, get mad at NPC saying, "You attacked me when I first started playing." Come here. you already know the flirt comment I'm referencing.
Yes.
They were using Nova and NIF laser nuclear fusion testing equipment and supercomputers.
Oh, I wonder how. When I actually make that into a highlight thing, I wonder how many other. I should. I'm going to send it to the flirt later on.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, when I make the clip, I was
to get caught up on what Flork's been doing.
Same here. I am so far behind.
If you link these, you can test everything in a virtual environment, but it's all just theoretical.
So,
dude, I think you need to change your pants.
Test the real thing.
What did our
you're going to give me a nuke-induced heart attack from like just like the other fuck abort the joke.
You're going to get a nuke heart attack like the DARPA chief.
It's all my fault.
And the president of Arms Tech.
The truth
is, and Gary from accounting.
My father was part of the Manhattan Project. He suffered with a guilt.
Yeah, everyone forgets about Gary from accounting.
And my father? He was born on August 6th.
And actual footage of Taco Bell.
The day of the Hiroshima bomb.
Remember,
sense of humor, all right.
I know we haven't gotten anywhere near the introduction of Huey Emmerich yet, Otacon's dad, but it's like so weird seeing all these early mentions of Huey Emmerich being like this tragic figure that you feel empathy for, and then you play Metal Gear Solid 5 and you're like, no, fuck that guy, he got what he deserved.
That's enough crying. Pull yourself together. Where is Metal Gear? Where on this base are they keeping it?
And that Taco Bell comment I made me think of For When the Bell Tolls.
Oh yeah, that I found this I sent this to Kier a couple days ago, but
override system for the
actually it wasn't even a couple days ago, it was a while ago now, I think.
Yeah.
But
you'd better hurry.
It was like the intro to For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica, except the ominous church bell was replaced with the Taco Bell bong.
They must be ready to launch.
And it somehow it works.
We'll link up with her.
It's weird.
Hey, raid from Husk to Husky. Thank you very much.
Pile of secrets.
Hey, Husk.
But enough talk. How about you?
Husk to Husky raided my stream.
Thank you for Oh, and I'm getting some new follows, dude. Thank you very much, everybody. I've got to get shit.
I just need your brain.
I've got a guest with me tonight. This is my buddy Kier, and we are in the middle of a Metal Gear retrospective where I'm going through all of the canonical Metal Gear games in order.
Escape from an island.
Yep, and we're also talking about some Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Transformers.
Yeah, we're talking about like Power Rangers, Transformers, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Taco Bell, Metallica. I swear this all makes sense in context.
When you don't have context of Taco Bell and Metallica, it's like, wait, what? And don't tell anyone. Let them live for the highlights.
Posture check. I actually did just adjust my posture a couple seconds ago because my back was starting to hurt.
Where are you now?
But, thank you very much.
I also do a posture check, me mute myself because my chair goes creak, creak, creak.
Meryl, what happened? Something's wrong.
For those of you that aren't too familiar with the Metal Gear saga, this is the GameCube exclusive remake of Metal Gear Solid 1.
What did she look like?
Which is why you see those distracting figurines of Yoshi and Mario in the background. And in this room specifically, you can also find a GameCube hooked up to a TV.
If she's
whereas in the PS1 version, it was a PlayStation.
she's alone, huh?
And there's a little Easter egg that's exclusive to this GameCube remake, which I will show off after the cutscene's over, where if you shoot the Mario statue, it refills your health.
Security card.
And if you shoot the Yoshi statue, it just makes Yoshi noises.
It's security level 4.
And Husk, you came in just in time to see your boy Otacon, Mr. Otaku himself.
You're not in pain, are you?
Huh?
You feel okay? Nothing bothering you?
What's wrong? You get all friendly all of a sudden.
No, nothing. Just glad you're okay.
Snake X Otacon is the only canon ship. I will not hear otherwise.
Everyone else I've saved suddenly dies.
Your bad luck.
Forget it, Doctor.
Call me Otacon.
Otacon?
It stands for Otaku Convention. An otaku is a guy like me who likes Japanimation.
Okay, here's the scene you were waiting for with Zone of the Enders footage. This is from Zone of the Enders 2 specifically.
Ooh, it is! Holy snap!
Yeah, because that had just come out at the time.
And Japanese cartoons played some part in that?
They did. I didn't get into science.
Okay. Oh god. Okay.
That's what all scientists say.
Let's see. Damn. It's time to kick bubblegum and chew ass. And I'm all out of gum.
Japanese animals. Really, it's true.
Sounds
I love it!
You're right. We have to take responsibility.
My name is Dookie
because there
Nukie.
is war. And because of scientists, weapons of mass destruction were born. But that's
Friendly reminder that Duke Nukem and Big the Cat at one point shared a voice actor. So you could very easily convince John St. John to have Big the Cat say,
Sure.
Damn it, I've been banned from Dave and Buster's.
About this place?
Dude, we need a Dooku Nukem mod that lets you be Big the Cat.
Sneak in and out of the armory and mess hall. If you need ammo or rations.
Also, you can get, since John St. John is a very cool guy, you can get Duke Nukem to officiate your wedding.
See you later.
That sounds oh. Dude, a Dookum Nukem themed wedding. Oh.
Wouldn't that just be a Vegas wedding?
I mean, anything with costumes would be a Vegas wedding, but...
I mean, also, canonically, he's from Vegas.
Oh. It's actually funny you mentioned that, because one of the girls at work was talking about eloping, and they mentioned Vegas.
Check it out, it's a GameCube with a Wavebird wireless controller.
Ooh. You know, I always wanted one.
I had one back in the day, but I don't have it anymore, and they go for stupid prices nowadays.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't touch it. Yoshi! Oh no, Yoshi! You're gonna...
I can't do Yoshi sounds. No, that's more Toad.
Yeah.
Or, that's more Mario Kart 64 Toad, to be specific.
Yeah, it is. Dude, Mario Kart 64 Toad meeting the other Toads.
Mario Kart 64 Toad is my favorite Toad voice because it's not actively grating to listen to, like the Toad voice they ended up going with later.
I'm the best!
Like, why the hell did they not stick with that, and instead go for...
They wanted to murder your ears? I don't know.
Like, it genuinely sounds like a bad impression, but no, that's the official, Toad voice. And it has been for over a decade. Also, because I am full of useless trivia, would you like to hear some useless trivia about Mario voice actors?
Yeah.
Princess Peach's voice actress from the GameCube and early Wii era of Mario games is the voice of Cortana.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I was not expecting that. I think you got everything in this area.
There's a couple doors that were locked. Like there, I just got the night vision goggles.
Ah.
Okay, time to step out so I can regain some air.
There's
a couple doors that are locked behind higher level security cards. But it's all optional stuff, like the night vision goggles or some ammo. I'm going to shoot Mario repeatedly to fill up the health I lost, so you can really see how this Easter egg works.
No. Do not kill the Japanese, Italian, black-white plumber.
Okay, I feel like that's enough, because otherwise I'm gonna run out of ammo at this rate. Also, stupid me didn't get the tranquilizer gun at the beginning of the game. I remembered too late where it is. So I have no non-lethal options right now. But I will get one later when... I get the tranquilizer sniper rifle.
It's gonna make the next boss fight difficult.
I mean, the next boss fight is Psycho Mantis.
I'm gonna say, hold on, you have the melee stuff you could do.
I already know how to do Psycho Mantis. They actually made Psycho Mantis harder in this version. Because, you know the old trick of, like, oh, you have to swap to controller port 2, right?
Yeah.
They changed it. So, like, at first, you just have to swap to port 2. But, then, you have to start swapping ports back and forth between 3 and 4. Because he starts learning what you're doing.
That's creative, but annoying.
And they also gave him additional attacks. Like, now he has pyrokinesis in addition to telekinesis.
Oh.
Is there somebody there?
Alright, this section wants us to stare at everyone's asses until we find Meryl, but Meryl's always right here.
Who's that? I've got him.
Oh boy, I'm terrible at stealth in this stealth game.
You should see me play Dishonored.
Oh, you mean Dish on a Red?
Yeah. I'm
just going to take that death right there so I can show off the Easter egg that happens when you catch up to Meryl really quickly is retained in this version, but now it's on an actual, like, 3D model that you can make out the features of.
Ooh la la.
Instead of a faceless, low-poly model. There we go, just gotta alert Meryl. Now we follow her to the ladies' restroom, which I later found out is a direct callback to Metal Gear 2 on the MSX2, where there's a whole sequence where you have to meet a contact in the women's restroom.
Huh.
Who's disguised as an enemy guard. Snake, don't peek through the stalls. That's rude.
Yeah. Snake is 4.
Don't move. That's the second time I've been able to sneak up on the legendary Solid Snake.
There we go. Oh, black panties for this one.
You're Meryl.
Ah.
And, this goes to me, and it also goes to, Hideo Kojima for coming up with this Easter egg.
Hey,
where is
men
it?
aren't allowed in here.
Where is it on the soundboard?
No idea you were so feminine.
Here we go.
This is no time to try and hit on me, Snake. Besides, it's a waste of time. When I joined up, they gave me psychotherapy to
Also, I totally should have played this when Ocelot got his hand cut off, because that includes all of his fingers.
After all, I was disguised as a genome soldier.
So why'd you change? You'd be a lot better off dressed like one of them.
I got tired of disguising
You know what Kojima was thinking during this?
The truth is, the uniform
There you
smelled
go.
like blood.
What's that mark?
Huh? Oh, this? It's a tattoo. It's not real. I'm a fan of Foxhound way back. When
I gotta fix my soundboard up to work with my stream deck later on.
None of that gene therapy like there is today.
I gotta add the horny one.
Real heroes.
Thankfully, VoiceMod has like a site where it's basically just like sound alerts where you can either upload your own sounds or download other people's sounds. That's where I got most of these from.
Oh, I was gonna say I could just make a folder and have them just download them.
I mean, you can always do that too. That's why I did it first. That's how I got stuff that no one would think to upload, like
Snoozle, I see. For the people.
I've never fought for anyone but myself. I've got no purpose in life. No ultimate goal.
Good Lord.
Damn, I just realized we're doing a sneaking mission, and I didn't think to put snooping as usual, I see.
The only time I feel
Oh, that would've been perfect.
Seeing other people die makes you feel alive, huh? You can't stop loving war. Is it the same for all soldiers throughout history?
Why didn't you contact me?
I do have one sound effect that I wish I could have someone else play during the torture sequence, but that's unfortunately not set up at the moment, because I'm still getting used to this whole setup.
Anyway.
So I'll just go ahead and play it now in advance of where it's supposed to happen.
Hold on.
Never forget a lady.
So there's something you like about me, huh?
Yeah, you got a great butt.
Oh, stretch.
Oh, I read that Screech.
No, it's stretch.
What's next?
I'm the illiterate. Still, stretch, because it's been a minute.
Yeah. My shoulders were getting tense.
So it was actually good that I did put that in.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was Screech in the victory
I
Screech.
should put a victory screech on there.
No progress.
Oh, yes.
You, huh?
Somebody's got to stop them from launching.
But yeah, this is the sound that I would have manually played during the upcoming torture sequence if I didn't have to also fucking ninja tap the A button while that's all going on.
You mean this?
Where are the others? There should be 3 keys.
This is all I've got.
Oh,
Where could
God.
the 2 be?
I have no idea. But they
Hey, Nade's here.
If we can't find them,
Hey,
we have
Nade.
no choice but to destroy Metal Gear.
I heard that Metal Gear is in an underground maintenance base to the north of here.
Take me too. I know this place better than you do.
You'll just slow
Oh, you just got off a collab stream. Was it the collab with Dingle? That was it another collab with Dingle, or who were you collabing with? Man, I wish I had known that you were live. I totally would have checked it out instead of streaming myself tonight. Oh, someone else this time. Okay. I'll definitely have to check them out.
Got it. I'll be careful.
Let's see if I have any sound effects that,
You know,
I can
don't use makeup the way other
welcome Nade's grand entrance with.
I hardly ever look at myself in the mirror.
I know that was redundant, but I'm like,
Kind of woman.
I've never claimed to be a genius.
I've always dreamed of becoming a soldier. But I was wrong. It wasn't really my dream. My father. He was killed in action when I was younger.
You wanted to follow in your
Here we go.
Nanomachine, son.
Not really. I thought that if I became a soldier, I could understand him better.
Also, I've got Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik's theme on here, so if anyone does another I Am the Eggman redeem, I can have proper background music.
The truth is, I was just afraid of looking at myself. Afraid of having to make my own decisions in life.
Good lord, what's going on in there?
I don't lie to myself anymore. It's
Aurora Borealis.
hard look at myself.
At this time of day.
What I'm capable of. I want to know why I've lived the way I've lived until now.
Located directly in the women's bathroom.
At this time of Aurora Borealis, at this time of year, at this time of day, at this part of the country, localized entirely within the women's bathroom. Yes. May I see it?
There are no heroes or heroines.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that Famas?
It works. It works so hard.
Unfortunately, it's out of ammo.
Where'd you get that Desert Eagle?
I found it in the armory.
The human race must be punished.
Action Express. There was a
Desert
circle
Eagle
of
is actually my favorite gun.
I know jack shit about guns, so I don't have a favorite.
Isn't that gun a little big?
Basically, if you shoot it wrong, you can shoot your fingers off.
I know that Duke Nukem's weapon of choice is a Desert Eagle, so I know it must be pretty good.
I've used a gun like this since I was
Yes and no.
I'm more comfortable with it than I am with
In fact, his weapon of choice is a solid gold Desert Eagle.
The good thing about Desert Eagle is that it's extremely durable.
The overland route is blocked by glaciers.
I know that it has like ridiculous fucking kickback on it.
Yes, that's
about
why.
As much as I know about Desert Eagles. Other than Duke Nukem and Meryl both like them.
It's literally a handgun that's like a shotgun.
He must have been guarding someplace important.
Accuracy is not the greatest either,
Better than you. I'll be point man. Follow me.
but I believe it has a better ammo capacity, and if I'm not mistaken, can shoot hollow points. Might be wrong.
Oh shit!
That's strange. There's no guard.
I forgot that Mantis appears there in this version.
That's kind of creepy.
Make sure you're ready, okay?
I mean, it adds to the creepy vibes.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think there's ever going to be a more appropriate time in my streams to use this, but...
Someone is a little sussy baka here.
There we go. You're welcome for the cringe. Enjoy the cringe.
Ow! My head!
Pokemon Coliseum.
Don't come here, Snake!
Please don't come here. Come and... No. No, I'm not going any further with that.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm not touching that one.
What happened?
It also does not help. I was watching Why the Hell Are You Here, Teacher? Where literally every episode is like, you know.
Yeah. I've seen enough clips from that to get an idea of what that's like. Also, I like how, It's a little over the top, but they made Meryl's movements really wonky to show that she's being mind-controlled right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And had her speak in a flat monotone,
on,
as opposed to sounding normal.
The commander is waiting.
That's actually a voice acting change in the Twin Snakes that I prefer over the PS1 version.
It also shows good direction.
Yeah.
Get in, big boy.
Alright, who's ready for, the most iconic part of the game? I just hope I have the proper save files. Otherwise, this is going to be underwhelming.
You need to turn my volume up on the stream.
Do you like me?
Finding Meryl's ass? No, we're past that point.
Do you like me?
And honey!
Hold me, Snake.
What's wrong?
Hurry. Please. Make love to me.
Meryl?
Bunk! Bunk!
I want you.
Oh no!
Who's that?
You don't like girls?
No, he doesn't like girls, because fucking every man in Metal Gear Solid is at least some degree of gay.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know that could happen if you get shot. Then, fucking screen cracks here. More fourth wall fuckery, courtesy of Psycho Mantis. Alright, here we go. Time to have Psycho Mantis completely obliterate the fourth wall.
Useless woman.
Optic camouflage, huh? I hope that's not your only trick.
You doubt my power. Now, I will show you why I am the most powerful practitioner of psychokinesis and telepathy in the world. No, there's no need for words, Snake. I am Psycho Mantis. That's right. This is no trick. It's true power. It's useless. I told you, I can read your every thought.
I just realized I'm gonna have to get up and switch controller ports during this whole boss fight multiple times.
That sounds like fun.
You are a skilled warrior. You like brute force. You are extremely cautious around traps. Still don't believe me? Now I'll read more deeply into your soul. I see that you enjoy Nintendo.
Oh boy, here we go!
You like action games? You've been playing Super Mario Sunshine, haven't you? You have not saved very often. You are somewhat reckless.
He said the line!
I can read you like an open book. don't believe me? I will show you my psychokinetic power. Put your controller on the floor. Put it down as flat as you can.
I love this little addition. Snake just outright looks at the player and is like, go ahead, do it, it's safe.
I will move your controller by the power of my will alone.
It's actually better in this one.
Feel my power.
It's definitely more mindfucky.
And I gotta say, my avatar with the eyes closed works perfectly. The picture's like, what the hell? I love the additions with the pictures.
Fun fact, those pictures are the game's director, Hideo Kojima, and the president of Silicon Knights in order.
Hideo.
Yeah. Get it? Instead of video, it's Hideo. Oh yeah, he also has new ways of fucking with you. Like, if you try to rely on first-person aiming too much, he takes control of your first-person aim. Campbell, tell me what to do so I can do it.
Former KGB psychic.
Because, as far as I know, the actual techniques for, beating him don't work until they actually tell you what to do.
He worked with the FBI on several cases as a psychic profiler. 5 years ago, he was working on a case of a multiple serial murderer.
Also, it's a little disappointing that we don't have the, returning boss theme from, Metal Gear Solid 1, but at the same time, every boss gets their own unique theme now.
In any case,
true.
He became sort of a psychic spy working for the highest bidder. He traveled all around the world. That's when he was recruited by Foxhound. He can read people's minds. He knows every move that you're going to make.
What should I do? I got no chance of beating him. There must be some way.
He's a master at controlling people, Snake. Don't let him manipulate you. Not everything you see with your two eyes is real. Destroying his spirit is more important than destroying his body.
Don't let him read you. Be a blank slate, okay? Clear your mind. He read your mind with his psychic abilities. Somehow you've got to get around him. He's using his psychic ability to read your controller's moves. That's how he's evading your attack. You've got to do something so he can't read your controller's moves. Think. There must be some way. I've got it. The controller socket. Plug your controller into socket 2. Do that, and he won't be able to read your moves.
Okay, one sec while I go swap controller ports. Jesus Christ.
Fun fact. I was not changing controller ports. He's putting peanut butter all over the controller to confuse Psycho Mantis. He's also getting peanut, chocolate and jelly for the later parts of the fight.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I really shouldn't have set my GameCube up on the other side of the room for this stream.
So yeah, I told her you were putting peanut butter on the controller to confuse Psycho Manus. And then later you also got some chocolate and some jelly to do the same.
Oh boy, Blackout again.
Isn't there a older game called Blackout?
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a very generic title.
Yeah.
I just realized my mic was not up next to me. Holy shit. You guys probably couldn't hear me.
I could hear you both on this and then also when I would move the thing, so it shouldn't be any issue.
Alright, now's the point where I need to swap controller ports again.
He's using his psychic ability.
Or they added a second method you can do, which is to destroy this statue right here.
Oh my god, how many bullets is it gonna take?
There's no kill like overkill. Fuck. Someone clip that, please.
I'm on it.
Oh, he manually detonates your rockets, that's why.
Snake, is there any reason you can't use controller socket 3? Snake. Snake.
Alright, it's clipped.
Alright. Guess I gotta get up and swap controller ports again, because this other method just doesn't want to fucking work.
Okay, guys, so he's putting the chocolate now on the controller.
Snake, is there any reason you can't
Now, if he puts chocolate with fudge, it'll make the fight harder. But then if you use chocolate with nuts, it'll be easier.
I'm back.
What kind of chocolate did you use? With fudge or nuts?
Dark chocolate, 75%, 72% cacao.
Oh god, you put it on super hard mode then.
Yeah. Because you know I'm a hardcore gamer.
And I do need to put context in here. I am African American, is why I made the joke.
I thought you were a shapeshifter.
Yeah, I'm a shapeshifter as African American by your people's standards. I just see the thing spinning, and the first thing that comes to mind is, believe it or not, no, you spin me around. In theory, me and you both could defeat Psycho Mantis quite easily.
Yeah, in theory we could. In practice, probably not so much. Because most of his power comes from fucking with your mind.
Well, all we gotta do is keep thinking about our waifus, so he would just be confused.
True, but keep in mind, I also have ADHD. Actually, that would make it harder for him to control me.
True.
Stop. Meryl.
Also, wouldn't like neurodivergent people be even harder for them to control?
Probably.
So in theory, Psycho Mantis is easier to defeat.
I mean, he was defeated by just changing controller ports.
I just don't know the best way to defeat Psycho Mantis.
How?
Hide somewhere, don't think about the location, have me transform into like a slug or something, and just constantly think, I'm a slug, I'm a slug, I'm a slug. And drive him literally insane.
He's already insane.
More insane. Wouldn't that drive you more insane?
Probably. Okay, time to switch controller ports again.
So this time you're gonna... are you gonna do the jelly or the marshmallow fluff?
Snake, is there any reason you can't use controller socket 4?
Neither. I don't really like either of them. I am going with, let's see, what would be good for that? Cool Whip.
Ooh, Cool Whip. So you're going for a cheesy victory. A little, creamy. Honestly, some Cool Whip on some apple pie with a little bit of ice cream would sound nice.
Oh, this is getting old. This is getting old.
You know what never gets old?
The controller not fucking working for some reason. So I gotta go back and plug it in again.
That gets super old.
Snake, is there any reason you can't use controller socket 4?
Wow, that's dark.
What I miss?
A very dark joke.
Never gets old. God damn it! Listen here, you little shit. That's hilarious. I love it.
I was not expecting that.
Since this fight's hopefully almost over. Nope, okay, hopefully almost over. Would you like to know a fun fact about Psycho Mantis that most people don't know? That's only visible in concept art by, Yoji Shinkawa. He has piercings.
Oh.
One of them is on his scrotum.
What? The funny...
And that's how I die. He kills me for mocking his scrotum piercing.
I'm going to say the funny thing is I was going to think nipple piercings or piercings down there.
Okay, I just saw the Duke Nukem redeem because I was away from the computer when you redeemed it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Your powers don't work on me, Psycho Mantis. I have ADHD.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, how's this fight gonna go now? Okay, I can still control Snake. I am skipping that entire, controller swapping thing. Instead, I'm gonna try and do the, shooting the statue until it's fucking dead.
There's two statues. Would the one on the right be the one to go for?
Snake.
Because one on the left wasn't doing anything before.
This is supposed to be a method that works, but it just doesn't work for me.
Hold on, did you get to talk to,
It's not telling me to do it, it's just, like, telling me to swap controller ports.
Oh! Hold on, also, wasn't there a,
Like, I don't know how this works because it's exclusive to the GameCube version. This method was not in the PS1 version. I think it's not working because I started out with the controller plugged into slot 4. And, like, it doesn't expect you to swap between methods, in the middle of a fight.
I ain't gonna look it up real quick for you.
It looks like the game's actually showing some mercy to me because I haven't had to swap controller ports. I probably just jinxed myself by saying that.
Maybe. Someone just said it's the PS1. I'm trying to see for...
You have to look up the Twin Snakes. That's the official title of this remake.
Yeah, that's what I typed it in, but someone was mentioning PlayStation.
That method doesn't work in PlayStation. Alright, we're almost done. Okay, he is dead. Fucking finally.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, did not purposely die. We're starting the boss fight.
I owe you one. Now that Mantis is beaten, Meryl's brainwashing should wear off, right, Naomi?
Yes.
Okay, now I know how to do it.
So far out of your
When it's too late.
For Campbell's sake? Or maybe it's because
What was it, just for future reference?
Basically, you had to die the first time, return to the fight, call Campbell again, and learn a method of alternative method.
That's an extremely stupid thing. I'm glad I didn't try that.
Well, technically, because you already died, it would have worked.
No, it's you have to have not tried the other method.
Ah.
Because I did call him immediately after dying, and he just told me the same thing he told me before.
Well, in this one, they called him a few times.
So, you used other... I wasn't able to read the future.
A strong man doesn't need to read the future.
Alright, now, as far as changes to the presentation go for the Twin Snakes, I feel like this scene has a bigger impact thanks to the updated graphics than the PS1 version did, because you get to see why Meryl was so grossed out by Psycho Mantis' face when his gas mask is taken off. Like, in the PS1 version, he just looks like everyone else does, pretty much, because they don't really have faces. But now you get to see how fucked up his face is.
It's blocked by frozen glaciers. Go past the communication towers, then use the tower's walkway.
Why are you telling me this?
I can read people's minds. In my lifetime, I have read the pasts, presents, and futures of thousands upon thousands of men and women.
Here we go.
Oh, gross.
And each mind that I peered into was stuffed.
Here's another fun voice actor fact for you. Doug Stone, the dude who voices Psycho Mantis in every appearance he's ever had, to my knowledge.
It was enough.
Would you like to know another role that you might know him for?
Tell me.
Valkenhayn.
To mindlessly pass on
What?
DNA.
From Blaze Blue.
What?
Yeah, that's Doug Stone, the voice of Psycho Mantis. He also voiced Dr. Light in Mega Man 11.
I didn't know that one.
Yep.
I still gonna miss the Radar Room one.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head who voiced that Dr. Light from Mega Man 8, but
Bring each other
like the way the voice acting was done for Mega Man 8 was they didn't hire professional voice actors. They just hired anyone from Capcom Japan staff who knew English.
Yeah.
The first person whose mind I dove into was my
And Ruth Shiraishi, the person who voiced Mega Man in Mega Man 8 and X in Mega Man X4, explained why her X sounds so girly. And it's because she wasn't informed that she was voicing two separate characters in two separate games.
Ah.
That's when my future.
Also, when I think of Psycho Mantis, you know what comes to mind?
What?
As well.
You know how I got these scars?
The village was engulfed in flames.
Well, we're going to be seeing more of Psycho Mantis as the series goes on, funnily enough. Not as a main character, but making a few brief appearances. Although, he's a recurring character in, The Phantom Pain. As a child.
Oh.
I never agreed with the boss's revolution. His dreams of world conquest do not interest me. I just wanted an excuse to kill as many people as I could.
You monster.
Let him talk. He doesn't have much time left.
I've seen true evil. Snake, seeing you calms my soul. You're like the boss. No, worse. Compared to you, I'm like a saint. I read her mind as well.
Meryl's?
I saw you there. You have a large place in her heart.
A large place?
And getting bigger. But I do not know
Called
if your
boobs.
futures lie together. I have.
No, they're not just called boobs. They are called...
What is it?
My mask. Okay. Like this.
A donk of donks.
Thoughts force their way into my mind. Before I die, I want to be by myself. I want to be left alone in my own world. I'll open the door for you. If you want to find your future, go through that door. This is the first time I've ever used my power to help someone. Strange. Such a nostalgic feeling.
Pour one out, boys. Psycho Mantis is dead.
F in the chat.
Let's go, Meryl.
I'm sorry.
Meryl.
How could I let Mantis control my mind like that?
If you're going to doubt yourself, I'll leave you here.
I think I have a quote from our favorite good doctor that's appropriate for sending off a great character like Psycho Mantis.
I'm sorry.
Better luck next time, fuckboy.
Snake, can I ask you something?
More complaints?
About
Oh God.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
Get a load of this.
Nothing.
Get a load of this.
Get a load of
Tell me,
this.
Snake, what's your name?
What? I can't believe this.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name.
I'm slowly getting better with my impression.
Old enough to know what death looks like.
Any
Looks like
family?
you're going to the Shadow Realm.
But I was raised by many people.
Is there anyone you like?
Oh God.
I've never been interested in anyone else's life.
You're having too much fun with that soundboard.
Yes, yes, I am.
Just like Mantis said.
Other people just complicate my life. I don't like to get involved.
I just thought of something that could be added.
What?
Come on.
It's just like a mini mall.
Oh yeah! Come shop with us. I said flea market, Montgomery. Okay, that's where we're going to end things tonight. I'll save off screen because I don't feel like getting up and swapping controller ports again at the end of the stream.
So we're gonna stop at the Montgomery mini mall. What are we picking up?
I mean, Flea Market Montgomery's already been out of business for like 10 years.
Oh no, we're late.
Yeah, we got there too late. So, let me swap over and see who we're gonna be raiding tonight.
I don't have anyone on my list that's streaming. Let's see. Yeah, Shadow just stopped.
Oh man, I need to follow Shadow Cloud on
Green Victory Road.
Oh, this is different Shadow.
Oh, different Shadow? I was just remembering though. I need to follow Shadow Cloud on this new
Same.
account.
I need to.
Proto Rage is live, streaming Rise of the Tomb Raider, so let's go raid him.
We're gonna raid his tomb.
Yes. Everybody give him a warm welcome. He's a good friend of mine that I've collaborated with before. And, yeah, I'll see you next time with more Sonic Adventure. And as always, unpleasant dreams.
Bye! I like your avatar just looking at me.